I am whipping up some vegan pancakes for my son and I for breakfast. I'm actually more of a waffle girl, but it broke. And so we're doing pancakes instead today. This is a super easy recipe. And this recipe in particular, I wanted to share with you because I think it's such a basic way to share with you how something we eat all the time can be made vegan with really minor changes. So normally what I do, people, you know me for gluten-free, I decided to do the basic Icorn all-purpose flour. This is non-hybridized flour. So if you don't have any gluten issues, this is what I recommend if you want to use an all-purpose flour. This recipe will also work with the mix, like the gluten mixes, which you all see me normally use. And so this particular recipe, you can go 1-to-1 on that. All right, already added our dry ingredients. I've got 1 tablespoon of baking powder, salt. Oh, I did forget to put my sugar of choice. I don't use refined sugar. This is so little. I'm using the erythritol. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons. Actually, I'm just going to use 1 heaping. I actually don't like my stuff super sweet. And I did add some cinnamon in there as well. And I'm going to grab, that's going to be for the wet. So we're going to stir up the dry. I want to make sure I got everything. I don't memorize my own recipes. I'm looking up ahead here to see if I've missed anything. All right, we're going to give that a stir. All right, the wet ingredients are separate. So what I did is the non-dairy milk of choice. I made some homemade hemp milk. Y'all, this is what I want to show you too for food prep. I usually do this on Sunday. I did this today. I made some hemp milk, and the best pancakes and waffles are buttermilked. So what I already went ahead and did, you can buttermilk it one of 2 ways. You just want to sour it, either using lemon juice like I did here, or just a little ACV or vinegar. You are good to go. In this bowl is 1 cup of non-dairy milk and a 1/2 cup of water that I already have sitting. In about 5-10 minutes it's soured, and it gives it that buttermilk effect. All right, so this is going to go in the middle, and then we're also going to use 2 tablespoons of oil. You can do without it if you want. You can use but it's just 2 tablespoons, and it does kind of make it more better. That's not good English, but you know what I mean. And because it's hotter than hell in Portland right now, my coconut oil is already melted. You can use olive oil. That actually wasn't quite a 4 tablespoon. That's why I'm going in, but I am only using 2, honestly. All right. And then what I'm going to grab, I am going to grab the vanilla for this. I'm not going to even pause. I'm making this video super, super real time. I never measure with vanilla. I love vanilla. All right, and then we're going to do a gentle stir. You never want to over stir a pancake or a waffle mix. That is what ends up making them tough. All right, see what we got going down here. And one of the things that I did forget to add, I'm going to check on this really quick. All right, give this a few more stirs. I'll come right back and then get the pan loaded up so we can get this going. All right, it is time to rock and roll on the grill. I did the token first pancake without you looking because, you know, the first pancake usually sucks. This one actually turned out pretty good. So anyway, this is the batter, kids. All right, make sure you level measure because I was not level measuring when you guys were watching. All right, this is my ghettoized pan. I thought you used just flat grill. I grew up in the kitchen, and my flat grill needs to be washed. I was really lazy. And you can just use an old cookie sheet and it works just the same, all right? So I have some coconut oil. You can tell it's hot. It is steaming. So let's make some pancakes. You can hear the sizzle. I don't really like super big pancakes. I'll lump that down a little more on this one. Now this is what also I'm going to do is I want these to be buried, okay? Then you want to mix them in. I actually intentionally do them this way. What I love about making pancakes and waffles is it's also great food prep. And so what I'll do is let these cool over here when they're done. We'll do kind of a medium-ish heat to start to get them crisped up. And then what you always want to look for on the pancakes is they'll get that nice little dry top finish, those little bubbles. And as soon as it's dry, we know that it is ready to flip. And then we'll just need a few minutes on the other side for that. Take a look what's going on right here. My oil is slipping. It's not the most level. All right, there we go. Come back when it's right before when it's ready to flip. Because I really want to show you the process and how easy this is, because it's ridiculous to me that people go out, will buy these. No reason to buy pancakes. They're cheap to make. All right, this is where we're at. Do you see that? You see the bubbles right here, and it's dry. Still a little bit damp, so we're gonna let that just go. But when the whole surface is like that, then we'll flip, and as soon as that is brown, they are essentially done. All right, time to flip the pancakes. See what I'm saying here? 4 bubbles, y'all. Time to flip. All right, when that turns brown, these ones I didn't do with blueberries. I wanted you to see one of each, all right? Let them brown. They will be done. Let them cool on a wire rack. Or you can eat for immediate gratification, but do make sure they completely cool before you put them in the freezer. I always label and date mine. And they're good to go. Put them in a toaster, heat up. Super easy peasy. I'm going to continue the batch. Show you how many I make, because this is actually kind of the first time I've done this particular recipe, and really could not be easier. All right, let's get the last one off the grill. So I decided to make the last one really big. I want to show you how many I made. I made, what, 8, 1, 4, and then this should have been 2. So that recipe made 6. I did half of them with blueberries and then a few without. I do want to recommend to you, when you make the blueberry ones, make sure that you drop them up so that the steam does not make the pancakes soggy, okay? And then I want you to let these completely cool before you put them in the freezer. But if you're just gonna make this few, chances are you're gonna eat them all up, all right? So I just wanted to do this last one big, just for shits and giggles, sort of. So normally what I do with my pancakes, I've shared a couple of my tips. I don't use, you can use a regular maple syrup. I usually use the Canto maple syrup. One of my favorite tricks that I always share with you all is my yogurt trick to increase the protein. I have not used protein powder in this one, so I will not speak for that, but I will say I know 200% that if you want to sub out this with the gluten-free flour, by all means go ahead. Not quite done on this part, so what I'm going to do is I'm turning up the heat because it's done essentially, but I want it to crisp up. But I wanted to share with you one of my new finds that I love. I don't know what it is about this stuff, but if you have never had date syrup, I know these are like good dates gone bad, but it really does taste kind of like maple syrup, and I love it. So today I'm being hedonistic. I am going to add probably a protein smoothie or something like that to my meal today. But honestly, y'all, when I just put a little bit of this on here, I cannot tell you how good this stuff is. So do you on the pancakes, whether this is on the side, whether you want to do your protein on the side, whether you want to do tempeh bacon or tofu, or maybe you're going to make this as just for food prep. Like I said, this will be, I don't know where you're getting this, it'll be on IG and it will be on YouTube. Great for food prep, great for weekend breakfast, or just anytime when you do reheat them, just stick them in the toaster. Good to go.